Yeah, we could talk about WWDC now because there's a lot of really cool stuff that's going on from WWDC. Like, this is like 3 pages of the doc to the point where I don't think we're going to be able to talk through all of it. Mm-hmm. I don't really think I need to touch on liquid glass too much. It's basically transparency in the interface. It's Windows Vista Aero, excuse me.
I think it's sick.
Which apparently Microsoft kind of took a little dig at them. But honestly, Microsoft, I think your dig was ill-conceived. And the reason for that is that if you knew that Aero was so great,
why'd you
ever abandon it?
Why did you ever do the monstrosity that was Windows 8 and 8.1?
Aero was king, and you know what? Now the king is back, but on Apple. How could you let this happen, Microsoft? Yeah. How could you let this happen? Glass looks so good. I really like it. There are some people saying that the accessibility could be a concern. It could be less readable. I think that's a valid concern. Hopefully, Apple can address this through the accessibility menu. Maybe you could play around with the transparency.
Yeah. It seems pretty easy to solve. I don't know if they'll do it, but it seems pretty easy to solve.
One thing Apple does do very, very well is have really common sense features for their phones buried 8 menus deep in the accessibility menu.
Nice.
So if you actually have like a real device use problem, there is a strong possibility that it's sitting there in accessibility for you to get taken care of. CarPlay. Oh man, CarPlay looks a lot better. I think both Android Auto and CarPlay are due for this kind of, or maybe even more reimagining. Like, there's one thing that still drives me crazy on Android Auto. I can't just set and lock what my 4 like favorite icons are on the bottom. As far as I know, you guys feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it's just my 4 most recent. I don't actually want that. I want the 4 that I want the most, and then I want to press the button to go to like my apps menu. That's the other thing too, is it uses the same button to go split screen and then to go to your all apps menu.
Ooh.
Why?
That's wacky. I don't like that.
So I have to press it twice if I want to... Anyway.
Sebascontre, I don't know, in full plane chat said, in beta 1, there's already a reduced transparency option and accessibility. They're already solving it.
There you go.
Don't stress about it.
So yeah, CarPlay. Getting a phone call no longer consumes the entire screen, and they're going to have widgets. Widgets?
Oh, nice.
Are you kidding me? Again, Vista innovation. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. CarPlay Ultra is a vastly more integrated car infotainment system. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Aston Martin looks like it's going to be the exclusive launch partner for it in North America. So who cares?
4 people will get it.
Yeah, honestly, I am extremely over this concept of taking the computers that we already had in our pockets and having our cars have a redundant computer that runs functionally the same operating system. The whole CarPlay Android Auto thing, wireless casting, is peak car data integration, in my opinion. And any move away from that, I am strongly opposed to at this point. I'm sorry. I can't get behind this. I mean, if CarPlay, this I don't know. Will a CarPlay Ultra car support Android Auto? Because you can get a car that has Android Automotive. My wife's new car has Android Automotive, so it actually runs Android natively, but you can still CarPlay to it. Let's see. Does anyone know? I don't see anyone in chat, so we'll have to see how it goes. What else we got? There's a bunch of new Apple Intelligence stuff. Live translation of on-screen content and audio. That's cool. Visual intelligence will look at stuff on your screen, tell you information about it. It's basically Google Lens. Yep. Call screening. Apple finally has call screening. Dude.
That's actually... That's the coolest announcement from this event, I think.
My Pixel 9a, aside from the outstanding battery life, haven't been too happy with it. It's I have often issues where my keyboard doesn't come up, where my voice dictation thing doesn't come up. I have to like close the app and reopen it, or like go to a different one and reopen it. My my ambient light detector, or my ambient light sensor is like all over the place often, especially in like one of my bathrooms at home, which, you know, if you're anything like me, The can is somewhere you...
It's one of your primary phone times.
Frequently use your phone.
Yeah.
So it's pretty annoying to have my brightness going like...
Nobody else is going to do those chess puzzles for you.
But the one thing keeping me from just being like, screw this, I'm going to, get a new Samsung Fold or something, is the call screening.
Oh, dude.
Game changer. Because for years, like my phone number is, and I'm just going to mute my ringer now because it always makes some dumbass go look for it. But my phone number is not hard to find. In fact, most prominent people's phone numbers...
Not hard to find.
Not hard to find.
Epic video.
And so for years now, I just don't answer my phone. So don't even bother, because I literally won't answer my phone. But what the call screening feature has done is it has enabled me to not miss calls from actual people who need to reach me. So I'll have packages returned to sender. I'll miss appointments, like on a semi-regular basis, because every single time I've changed my phone number in the past, it has like immediately leaked again.
Oh yeah.
So I think there's just someone who works at a carrier or at somewhere that they have access to, just like the nationwide cell phone directory or something, that just uploads it or something. I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but the very last time, it wasn't that I leaked it, which had happened before that. It just appeared in one of these databases, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm just not going to bother anymore. I'm just not going to answer my phone.
But with call screening,
I can answer my phone.
Yeah.
And I can mostly not, because most of the time it's nothing.
Yes.
Which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Love it. Love call screening.
Yeah, I will not get a phone that does not have call screening at this point.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It is considering all phones are becoming so samey. It's a must-have feature.
I'm super into this next one, hold detection. So it'll be able to tell the difference if music's playing or not. Honestly, though, music playing or not is not my main issue, because I have no problem just putting my phone aside or putting an earphone in and just leaving it in my pocket and just like going about my day. The only time it bugs me is when they have a recorded message that pops up. Thanks for staying on the line. Your call is important to us, and we'll be getting to you in priority sequence. Hey, have you checked out our recent promotions on... Shut up! Because every single time that plays, I think, oh, it's the bloody message.
Especially
again.
when there's an annoyingly long pause after, hey.
So what I wonder is if their hold detection will be able to account for that. Because that's what I need. Yeah. And if it can, then I'm so... Dude, that could be iPhone switchable worthy.
And Adam has a note here, which is, would you actually be able to trust this? Every time I'm on hold, the issue is important enough that I'm not going to risk messing up. I think not always. I don't think I would always trust it, but there are definitely times where it's like, if it screws up, I could call back.
Yeah.
It's fine. I just need to get in contact with these people like today, not this second. So yeah, I would use it for sure, just not all the time.
Messages, typing indicator for group chats.
Wow, welcome to current year.
Adam thought they didn't have this.
Yeah.
This is my whole thing. It's like, iMessage is so great, it's worth being on the iPhone. No, it isn't. It's just dude, text exchange applications are a utility at this point. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. New message screening moves unknown numbers to a separate inbox. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Payment via Apple Cash and group chats.
That's actually kind of
sick. Is amazing.
That's also pretty sick.
And would change the world if it didn't require everyone to have an iPhone. So I don't really care until another party does this. And once they do, then this is fantastic, because literally none of my social groups use iMessage.
Oh.
Because literally all of my social groups have a mix of Android and Apple users. So like, say for example, like my Saturday badminton group, everyone pays for the session after the fact to the organizer. And it's like such a hassle for them to chase it down. This doesn't solve the problem because we don't all have iPhones. So as soon as a cross-platform this is a thing, that's going to be sick.
People have pointed out in Full Plane Chat that apparently Pixels already have hold detection. I didn't even know.
I did not know that either.
I don't wait on hold that option often, so...
Yeah, not anymore. I used to a lot more, but now I have a lot of help, and that helps.
And also just email and web chats are like better these days.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Noki says, checked most auto manufacturers. Seems like a select few support both Android Auto and CarPlay simultaneously. But are you talking, I'm talking about CarPlay Ultra though. Lots of them support them both. But I'm talking about CarPlay Ultra. Will any of those with the deep integration with Apple in the infotainment system, will they support Android Auto? That I don't know. All right, you can keep IDs in your Apple Wallet in certain states. That's super cool. I actually lost my wallet. I don't know if I told you that. That's
got to be very annoying.
Yeah, I arrived at Vancouver Airport and I went to get in my car. This was after my trip for the Microsoft Xbox announcement, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna." I don't know why. I don't even know why I put my hand in my right pocket, but I was like, "Oh my god, I don't have my wallet. My keys are in here. I have all my other things. I have my loadout. I don't have my wallet." So I had no idea. The last time I had used it was to buy something at Los Angeles International. So I either left it on the counter where I bought a breakfast burrito at LAX, or it was on the plane, or it was in YVR somewhere. And no matter where of those places it was behind a security checkpoint that I could no longer cross. So I filed lost and found reports with YVR, LAX, and United Airlines. And I gotta say, it's something I haven't done in a while, and lost and founds have gotten better. Do you know how LAX does it? You literally do not have to contact them. You just go on the Lost and Found website, you put in what category of item it is, there's a bunch of filters for like colors and description, and they just post pictures of everything they found.
How is that not rife for abuse?
Well, because you have to prove it's yours.
How do you do that? Through
I tell them, no. You have to talk to someone to claim it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but to find out if they have it.
Select the item, and then you have to go through a person.
And then there's pictures.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
Yeah. So you select it, you'd be like, that's mine.
Yeah.
And then you fill out a whole thing or something. I don't know. They didn't find it.
That's cool.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you have to like do stuff to get it. But like not having to, because you're in that stressed out state of mind, right? So being able to just go look, and they say, yeah, it takes about up to 48 hours, but we just post it all here. So you don't have to, I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was cool. Anyway, it was United Airlines that ended up finding it. So it must have fallen out of my pocket or something when I was on the plane. So I got it back. And it was only my most recent experience that made me wonder how it is that in present year, we're still carrying around, car keys is another one. Like the fact that when I drove the Tesla for a couple of weeks when I was doing the review of my in-laws' car, I was like, this is amazing. This is completely life-changing. Why did I ever carry keys? This is awesome. And then also wallets. Why do I have to carry a certificate that I am licensed to drive a vehicle? Literally.
I mean, it made sense for a really long time.
Yeah, it made sense for a really long time. But literally, the cop pulled over behind me has a computer and I know they have it because I literally see them using it while they're driving all the time. Distracted driving.
They're allowed.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, they've got their computer there that has its photo ID. It has a picture. What is the difference? What is the difference?
I would still carry my wallet.
You would?
2 reasons, I think.
Really?
I don't trust myself to have my phone not be dead.
Interesting.
I have a Pixel, so it's pretty common.
The 9A fixes it. Dude, my battery life's amazing. Anyway.
For now, we'll see.
Oh, dude, no. It's iPhone-like. It's amazing.
All right. Still not enough to get me to buy a new phone. But then the other one is, as Nicholas Cage pointed out, do you really want to like hand a cop your unlocked phone with your ID on it?
I think that could be solved. I think you could just...
can see it on a lock screen.
Yeah.
I still don't want to hand them my phone at all.
I guess.
Here's this thing that is exactly as much information as you need and nothing more. Thank you.
I think that's solvable. I think having it on the lock screen solves it to me. But I mean, I understand the perspective.
They go away with it though.
But I would love to have it as an option.
I feels like the same thing to me when you're in the States and you got to pay for something at a restaurant and they take your card and walk away. And I'm like, what are you doing?
In Canada, that's not normal. People don't take your credit card out of your site. You actually hold it the whole time and they give you the payment terminal, at least in Western Canada. I can't speak to the entire country. Maybe there's other norms elsewhere. But the fact that in the States, they still like take it away to put in their machine is pretty wild to us. But yeah, no, dude, like I don't know, man. I would get rid of a wallet so fast. And almost everything in my wallet I could replace digitally except my stupid driver's stupid license. So I still have to carry around a car-shaped thing or a card-shaped thing no matter what. G-Freak says, I disagree about the phone as a key. The experience is objectively worse than a fob. Tesla also has cards. So, like, for me, the issue with the fob is just that it's so bulky. I wouldn't even care if they were compact, which they totally could be. Like
your fob is bulky. Not all fobs are bulky.
Big. And like the ones that
you just your fob, you just need to, people have to know when you put it on the table. You have to be able to roll up somewhere and be like, my car is better than yours.
He's referencing something. Okay, so fine, I'll just tell the story. I was so upset when I first got my car about how gigantic the key was and how big it makes my keychain, because I have to carry fobs for multiple vehicles because I cannot be trusted to know which vehicle I'm going to take and like grab the key from somewhere that is not right next to the garage, because that's really bad because of being able to intercept the whatever, something, steal your car. Anyway, the point is that I keep all the fobs on my keys at all times because ADHD brain, and it made my keychain like super bulky because they like are against each other and they spread out. And so I was Googling around. I was like, okay, can I get a third-party replacement for it? Like, this thing is, and the answer is no, at least not in any official capacity. And so then the next thing I was looking up is like, is there any kind of workaround? Like, has someone done the equivalent of the like handheld Wii mod for the Taycan fob? You know, like cut it down, you know, shave it down here, shave it down there, replace the buttons here, 3D print a housing to make it smaller. The answer is no, at least back when I looked it up. And then the last thing I looked up was, you know, the thing that I look up when I'm just frustrated about something that I have absolutely no way to solve, and I just want someone to commiserate with me. And I looked up, is anyone else bothered by the giant, stupid Porsche fob? And I came across this thread on the stupid Porsche owners forum that is discussing the size of the fob, and almost to a person, people love it, with this one guy who I just want to punch, whose post is like, man, I love the size because I love, you know, sitting down at the bar and putting my keys down and having it be more noticeable. And I'm like, yo, you can feel like that or whatever. Like, you can be a douchebag in your head, but imagine saying it out loud. Imagine articulating that thought. I know you have the anonymity of the internet to hide behind here, but holy shit. Really, buddy? Like, oh man, I can't stand you. We have nothing in common. Okay, we own the same douchey, stupid car. But other than that,
and you have an enormous key. You have a huge
and a tiny
key.
Penis.
It's throbbing with energy. Extremely energetic key.
It's electric too.
Yeah.
Just, I hate it so much. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Apple.
A key that's just ready and wriggling.
So you can now keep IDs in your Apple Wallet in certain states, which is super cool.
I can see it in your pocket. From over here.
Are you just happy to see me, or do you own a Porsche?
Hey, at least he wraps one of them.
Charge Nuclei says we should make a middle front pocket on our pants.
Oh my god.
We totally should. We'll call them the E-Peen Sports Gamer pants or something like that. They could be sweatpants. So it could be like a really baggy pocket, like a huge pocket.
Oh my goodness. Oh, man.
iPadOS. Wow. Apple refuses to put touchscreens on the Mac for reasons, I guess, and refuses to make macOS touch-friendly. But boy, are they ever moving in the direction of making iPadOS like being a computer-friendly. Actually good window management for app multitasking, actually good background app support, actually good audio management, and actually good file management.
Cool.
Dang.
Sweet.
I think I'm going to have to do a new Switch to Apple challenge, but this time not a MacBook.
Tablets?
This time an iPad.
Do you use tablets at all?
No, but I'll use it as
you're
my
going to
computer.
try to like mainline?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Why not?
Dude,
As window management now.
iPad Pros are like pretty crazy.
Kind of sick.
It's
and the
been
price
years
is
since
good.
I've even like seen one, but the last time somebody told me they bought an iPad Pro and I was like, oh, neat. And then they told me the price and I almost fainted. And then they showed me like the reasons why it was worth it to them. And as a person who drew art, I was like, yeah, this is amazing. I get it.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but I get it.
Yep. iPad is, frankly, it doesn't have competition. I know there are other tablets, but
I do agree.
anytime anyone asks me for a tablet recommendation, I'm just like, why haven't you bought an iPad already? It's just obvious.
Yeah.
macOS Tahoe, 26. Everything has 26 at the end. I actually really like that.
Tahoe or Tahoe?
Tahoe, probably.
Okay.
Phone app, you can make calls and voicemail from your Mac. Live activities, stuff you're doing on your phone will appear on your Mac. You can click the notification to open a mirrored iPhone screen. The iPhone screen mirroring is actually super slick.
Cool.
There's some Spotlight upgrades, which is great because, this is actually in the notes. It's been neglected for a while. Yes, Spotlight used to absolutely embarrass Windows Search, and now it still does, but only because Windows Search is embarrassing. Spotlight's not that great the last time that I used a Mac regularly, and Apple's now Sherlocking a bunch of search alternatives and making it better. This is cool. So this is from our video, the demo they showed where Buddy grabbed an image through Spotlight, put it directly into a document, used Spotlight to erase the background and keep it transparent, and then sent that file to another commonly used app, all without going anywhere else except for the handy little search bar.
Whoa.
Very cool. Vision OS, oh my God, who cares? And that was far from an exhaustive list, but I'd love to hear from you guys. Like, hit us up in the Float Plane chat. What was the thing that you are most excited about?
Not to tilt the Flowplane chat, but for me, it's easily the calling features and Arrow or whatever they're called, Glass.
Yeah.
Bringing
back sick, transparent interfaces, dude. It feels so
things
future.
Look cool again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be innovative. Like it doesn't
Not even necessarily.
Yeah, it doesn't have. They don't have to be the first one.
Not
to
everything
do it.
needs to be the original Xbox UI.
Do you need a tissue?
Yeah, you threw them over here for me already.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
Where did they go so wrong?
I'm going for driver's license in the I'm in the digital wallet.
That's pretty cool.
I'm super into it because it's just like I said. There's already third-party apps that I can put like my Costco card in and stuff like that. So the stupid driver's license is the only reason I still have to carry a wallet.
I also if I'm checking into a hotel and they don't need my passport, I will just hand over my license before they ask for my last name spelling.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just give them my phone. I don't know. I would still definitely carry, but what I might end up doing at that point is carrying it behind my phone case or something.
Sure.
So I have the option, but if I'm not carrying any other cards, then who cares? Zune HD, based as heck, bring that back? Yeah.
Oh, apparently the Costco app has your card in it. I did not know that.
That's neat. That makes sense.
I do not install apps anymore. I'm kind of anti-app.
So is Wendell.
Really?
Yeah.
Wendell from Level 1 Techs, in
Which
case you're wondering.
Means that's based.
I don't know about that, but my app fatigue.
It does.
My app fatigue hit me a very, very long time ago, and if there is not an absolutely necessary reason that I have to have your app, you can't do Disneyland without the app anymore. Frankly, it's impossible to have a reasonably good experience unless you have the app. I don't install corporate apps; I just won't. And then as soon as we flew back, I deleted the app because
Oh, yeah.
why do I want it on my phone? I can't think of a single good reason to have it
screw
on my
that.
phone.
Yeah.